Hello and welcome to your in-depth weekly horoscope for week commencing the 13th of December for the Sun or the Ascendant. Now I'm going to give you a broad overview of what to expect, but please stay with me because then I will dive deep and in forensic detail give you the inside track for your particular zodiac sign. This week begins with Mercury moving from the sign of Sagittarius into the earth sign of Capricorn. Now Mercury is very effective in Capricorn, particularly around business matters, but is replaced in the sign of Sagittarius by Mars. Now Mars governs the second decan of Sagittarius, so it's very much at home in this sign. Sagittarius energy is very much to do with being adventurous and pioneering and buccaneering, and the Sun stays in the sign of Sagittarius, and Mercury and Mars are going to be in a semi-sextile this week, which is very enabling, so that's something to really appreciate. I should say that Mercury joins up with Venus and Pluto in Capricorn, so if there are things that we need to grapple with of a more material nature, or it is around a relationship situation where we're looking to get some greater clarity about just how steadfast it is or not, the discussions that can follow from Mercury in that arena, along with Venus and Pluto, can be very helpful. But of course, due to COVID regulations, it's not so easy to think about widening our horizons in a more physical way with the arrival of Mars in Sagittarius. But the Sun this week forges an amazing link to Jupiter. Jupiter is the ruler of Sagittarius, so there's a receptivity here. And this angle, the sextile between the Sun and Jupiter, is probably one of the most fortunate ones that can be struck in astrology. So if there is something around a group activity, a wider principle that you're really interested in, that you can come together with people, even if that's not physically possible, perhaps through the internet, the uplifting energy of the Sun and Jupiter really can be something we can all appreciate this week. And for some lucky people, depending on their nativities, their natal charts, this could bring about a real stroke of giant fortune. Now this is a week, of course, when we do have a full moon, and this full moon occurs in the sign of Gemini, which is very fleet-footed, ruled by Mercury, but it's forging a really uplifting link with Jupiter too. So there's a lot to be excited about this week, but it has to be said that Venus does go into retrograde as the week draws to a close, which goes on through to the 29th of January. But there's a lovely link between Uranus and Mercury as the week draws to a close. So if we are thinking about trying to make the most of our resources, an imaginative idea, thinking about something to do with technology that provides a service to others and maybe earns an income to us, can also be something that inspires. So in general, a really sparkling week. But if you're new to my channel, I would be honoured if you'd subscribe. Please click or tap on the bell notification symbol. And if you'd like to order your year 2022 personal forecast, you can do that by clicking on the link beneath this video. You can get a character analysis as well, 30% off, the rest of this year free, or if you order earlier in January, you can get the full 12 months from the point of that order. Gain searing insights into how your personal astrology is evolving in relation to the planets moving in the sky above us. But stay with me for that detailed forecast next. Hello Gemini and welcome to your in-depth forecast for week commencing the 13th of December. The full moon in your sign this week is really going to give you food for thought around relationships, particularly as on the same day that the full moon occurs, Sunday, Venus, the planet of relating, slams on the brakes and goes into a retrograde, which will last through to the 29th of January. So what to make of this? Well, Mars, the planet of drive, determination, but also instant gratification, moves into your 7th house of relating right at the start of this week. And I think this can make you a little bit more assertive about setting your boundaries, about what you will or will not agree to around all sorts of interactions with others. So it doesn't just have to be in a romantic context. But your ruler Mercury also moves on Monday, diving deep into the most psychological part of your situation. So I think the combination of Mars and Mercury moving and the way they're still interacting with one another in a semi-sextile suggests that you're less concerned with what people are telling you this week, you're more concerned with what they really mean. So your ability to be a bit more robust in your approach, but also read between the lines, is going to be definitely enhanced. Now, of course, the Sun's link to Jupiter this week is an absolute cracker. And the Sun is in your 7th house of relating. Is there somebody in your circle of friendships or someone you're encountering? Perhaps it could be even someone at a distance, overseas even, but someone whose thinking or philosophies really inspire you, whether it's romantically or as a friendship, or something quite special can happen this week. But the wonderful thing about the Sun and Jupiter egging each other on, but also Mars in your 7th house, is going to give you a lot more confidence to make the moves, if you sense it's the right time to do it, towards someone you're attracted to. But equally the converse can be true. If you feel that a relationship isn't working for you, the full moon can give you greater confidence with Mars's support to say how you feel. But if something isn't going to evolve as you wish, and it could be a business relationship as much as a personal one, I think it will go into a period of deep analysis as this week draws to a close. But Mars is not so much into deep analysis. Mars is into action. And you're going to want someone to say how they feel and be clearer, so you can be clearer about how things stand, because you're going to take charge of your relationship sector in a very positive and sparkling way.